Christmas shopping for some special kids in my life, and I left with this for myself. I kept making circles in the store. Security guards probably thought I was casing the place. It's okay guys, just trying to convince myself not to pick up a pig. And of course I couldn't leave the store without him. It was an A+ decision. He's been so good for me lately. Okay, well, Pua and I are here today because I got a very special necklace in the mail, and it inspired a whole video because I realized I've never made a video about my greatest passion other than books and art, which is orcas. And this necklace came from Katie at Moana Matron Designs on Etsy. She's been around much longer than Moana, but hey, easy way to remember her shop name, right? She makes gorgeous marine life jewelry. She's so very passionate about what she does, and her passion really shines through in her work. Also, shipping time is fabulous. I got this in a week. A week from New Zealand, the other side of the world. I will definitely be ordering from her again. I want this adorable little turtle she has. I'm torn though because she also has a leatherback turtle, and my mom and I actually helped. We watched a leatherback hatchling make its way out of the sand down to the ocean one time in Florida, so I feel like very attached to leatherback turtles. And she has a leatherback turtle, but I also just want this adorable little sea turtle. I don't know what to do. I might just need them both. I also want to custom order a Luna necklace from her. She can custom create any orca your heart desires. I've seen her make Lolitas and Tilikums, anything. She can do anything. I chose Keiko. Keiko is most easily distinguishable by his collapsed dorsal, and he's got this 3 freckles on his chin. I chose Keiko because he was my first true love. Well, him and Jason Richter. Keiko was the star of Free Willy, which is a movie that means more to me than any other movie ever will, except Titanic. It's pretty even with Titanic. Free Willy came out when I was 4. It had such a deep, profound impact on me. I can't even really explain it. It's the first memory I have of being emotionally moved by something. It's because of these movies that I fell so deeply in love with orcas at a young age. Oh, and I say movies because I kind of consider the first 2 movies to be like one complete story. I love them both very much, and they are the reason I developed such a passion for these animals. And I will forever maintain that they are the most intelligent, magnificent mammals on this earth. Orcas are self-aware, they have unique individual personalities, they feel emotion, they communicate, they have communities and families that they stay with for generations. They don't leave each other. And they also have this baffling respect for human beings. You can watch them tip icebergs over to get a seal lounging around on the ice. Sorry, baby. But if their prey hops into your boat, even if it's just a little canoe, the whales are not going to disturb you. They will not tip your boat to get to that seal or that penguin or whatever it is that's hopped into your boat that they want. They'll just let you have it and they'll leave you alone. They know that this isn't just some inanimate object in their way. They know you're there and they'll respect that. Humans have no business messing with them, as cool as it may be to be able to get up close and personal with them in a marine park. And that's something I struggled with for a very long time. I am petrified of the ocean. I have a very weird relationship with the water. It's my greatest fear, but I have this deep, passionate love for it, but like I don't want to get anywhere near it. So I will never have the opportunity to go out onto the open water to watch orcas, and for that reason I always tried to justify marine parks for me, because it was good for me to be able to get up close to them, look in their eyes, and have this interaction with them that I wouldn't be able to have otherwise because I'm terrified of the water. But the fact is that these parks are not fine, and Free Willy was such a blessing for Keiko. It raised all of this awareness about his situation and the fact that he wasn't free, and it got him out of the bathtub he was living in Mexico City, returned him to the ocean. Pro-captivity people try to say that Keiko's rehabilitation wasn't a success, but I say every second he spent out of that bathtub was a success. And Free Willy also highlights the importance of orcas to Native American culture, which is something else that has stayed with me forever. I've always been fascinated by the Native American culture. I studied it in college. I read all the books I can find, and it can all be traced back to Free Willy. The brilliant August Schellenberg and Keiko are no longer with us, but I will forever be so thankful to them for enriching my life. I am reading a book about Luna right now. The Lost Whale is a true story about Luna, a baby boy who wandered off to explore the ocean all alone, made this little area in the Pacific Northwest, Canada, his home, and he started seeking contact with the humans. Orcas do not live alone, ever. They don't thrive alone. They're the most social beings probably in the entire world, more than humans, for sure. It's not natural for them to leave their family groups for their entire lives, and here was this little tiny baby boy all alone, and he was so playful and friendly. He loved to be petted. People described him as a puppy, but with this extreme intelligence. A lonely little puppy just needing some attention. And once again, there's a strong connection between Luna and the First Nations people in this area of Canada, which I'm always interested in. Unfortunately, Luna's story is really not a very happy one. The government and scientists and everybody started stepping in and trying to figure out what would be best for him and cutting off his contact with humans. Nobody was really agreeing on what was best for Luna. People argued that he needed the socialization from us. Other people argued that it would harm his ability to be wild and go find his family someday. But it's just, oh, it was just such a mess. Personally, I don't believe they handled Luna's situation well at all. Incredibly frustrated by it. I will never understand why at the first sight of Luna in Nootka Sound, lost and alone, there wasn't an immediate effort to scoop him up and relocate him back to his family. It's not like scientists don't know where each pod is for large portions of the year. Like, it wasn't some mystery who he was or where he came from. We'll never understand how they just let him live there alone for all those years. And he was just a little baby. A child was lost and alone, and we did nothing to help him. And then proceeded to try and cut him off from the one aspect of his life that was helping him, and almost everyone was looking out for him. Almost. I don't fault any of these people for wanting what's best for Luna, obviously. It's just so frustrating, and I think it was absolutely wrong to try and cut off his contact with people. He needed that. And who are we to say that having human contact would prevent him from wanting orca contact if they ever came back to find him? We don't know that it would. We don't know that it would affect anything. Luna did die in a boating accident, which wouldn't have happened if he wasn't so comfortable swimming up to boats. But if he had just lived there for 5 years or 6 years, I can't remember, completely alone with no contact to anyone or anything, I don't think he would have lived as long as he did. Orcas need socialization, possibly more than they need food. I don't think humans have any business getting in their way. They are much more intelligent than we could ever hope to be. And if an orca deigns to grace us lowly beings with their company, who are we to say that's wrong? They don't need us messing with them. They make the rules. There is also a great documentary about Luna, which I think is narrated by Ryan Reynolds. I watched it about a year ago, and I would definitely recommend watching that, as well as reading the book. I'm loving the book. I love the writing style. It's very informative. I love getting a better understanding of what exactly was going on here. And just look at this gorgeous quote. I want this tattooed on me. Luna was so special, and this is an equally heartbreaking and heartwarming story. If you have even a passing interest in orcas, I would highly recommend checking out this book. I just realized some of you guys might have a few questions about the drawing itself. I'm a little sick right now, sorry if I sound weird, but this was done with Prismacolor pencils, and I used Mona Lisa paint thinner to blend it out, which is just another method of blending, which I just recently started using, and I'm a big fan of it. Also, this image from Free Willy is one of my favorite shots because I feel like Keiko's in their conversation. On this drawing of Keiko, the outer edges are all acrylic paint. The whale himself was done with watercolor pencils. Same with the drawing of Luna, watercolor pencils again. And I would love to hear any stories or recommendations that you have. Definitely check out Katie's beautiful shop. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!